Have you ever stood at a family gathering, looked around the room, and realized how many faces are missing? People you laughed with. People who held your hand when life was tough. People who seemed healthy, full of life, only a few years ago. Where did they go? Most of us are told that making it to 80 or 90 is a matter of luck or genetics. That it just happens or doesn't. But what if that isn't the full truth? What if the path to 80 and beyond is being silently eroded by small choices, invisible habits, and unspoken dangers? Imagine this. You wake up one morning feeling just a little more tired than usual. You shake it off. You skip breakfast. You sit a little longer. Move a little less. Sleep a little worse. You ignore that strange ache in your chest. You feel lonely, but don't say a word. One day turns into weeks. Weeks into years. And the slow unraveling begins, not loudly, but quietly, like a book whose pages fade before the final chapter is ever read. This isn't just a video. It's a wake-up call. Because behind every lost story, every friend who didn't make it to 80, there are patterns, warnings, hidden health saboteurs that creep in unnoticed. They don't always show up in test results or yearly checkups. But they're real. And they are stopping millions from reaching the years they deserve. So if you're in your 60s, 70s, or even beyond, listen closely. These aren't just health tips. These are life-saving truths, wrapped in real stories, and shared with the hope that someone, you, or someone you love, will make it. And if you find something here that moves you, helps you, or even changes your thinking just a little, please hit that like button. Subscribe. Share this with someone whose life you value. Because these aren't just years we're talking about. They're birthdays, holidays, grandchildren's hugs, sunrises, chapters that are still waiting to be written. Now let's begin. Imagine standing at the edge of a quiet country road. The sun is setting behind you. In the distance, you see two paths. One leads to a vibrant life beyond 80. The other fades into the shadows long before that. What decides which path you'll walk? It's not just luck, and it's not always in your genes. Sometimes, it's 8 hidden enemies living quietly within you, sabotaging your chances to reach that golden milestone. We grow up thinking old age is a gift only a lucky few receive. And in many ways, it is. But there are reasons why so many people struggle to live beyond 80. Not reasons we often talk about. Not the obvious ones like heart attacks or cancer. No, these are quieter, sneakier. These are the silent saboteurs that steal years from our lives without warning. Today, we're diving deep into the real reasons many don't cross 80. Not to scare you, but to empower you. Because once you recognize these hidden threats, you can disarm them. And once you do that, your odds of reaching 80 and beyond dramatically improve. So grab a warm drink, sit back, and let's journey through the stories, science, and secrets that could change the way you live the next part of your life. Hidden Health Saboteur 1, Chronic Inflammation, the Invisible Fire. Let me introduce you to someone. Her name is Margaret. At 72, she seemed full of life, volunteering at the local library, cooking for her grandkids, walking her dog twice a day. But there was something quietly smoldering inside her body that she couldn't see. Not pain, not illness, just a slow-burning fire. Chronic inflammation. Inflammation is your body's defense system. When you get a cut or a fever, inflammation jumps in to help you heal. But when it never turns off, when the fire keeps smoldering day after day, it starts burning your body from the inside out. It damages your arteries, your joints, your organs, even your brain. Margaret didn't know she had chronic inflammation. Most people don't. It doesn't shout. It whispers. Fatigue that lingers. A foggy mind, aches that seem harmless. But over time, it chips away at your health, setting the stage for heart disease, stroke, Alzheimer's, and even cancer. The worst part? The causes are hiding in plain sight. Processed foods, sugar, lack of sleep, chronic stress. These are not just lifestyle annoyances. They're triggers, feeding the fire daily. But here's the good news. You can put out the fire. Anti-inflammatory foods like berries, leafy greens, nuts, and fatty fish. Regular movement, deep sleep, daily joy. Even just laughter with a friend can cool the flame. So ask yourself, are you feeding the fire or fighting it? If you're enjoying this journey of discovery, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with someone you love. The road to 80 is better when we walk it together. Hidden Health Saboteur 2, Muscle Loss After 60, the Silent Weakener. Now let's talk about the one thing most seniors ignore until it's too late. Muscle loss. Not dramatic muscle loss. Not the kind that puts you in a wheelchair. I'm talking about quiet muscle decline. The slow fade that begins after age 30 and accelerates after 60. It's called sarcopenia. Meet George. He was always strong in his youth. A carpenter. Built his home with his own hands. But at 68, he noticed something. Carrying groceries felt heavier. Climbing stairs left him breathless. He told himself, "I'm just getting older." But age wasn't the problem. Muscle loss was. You lose 3 to 5% of your muscle mass every decade after 30. By the time you're 70, you may have lost 30% or more of your muscle strength. That doesn't just mean weakness. It means falls. It means fractures. It means a shorter life. But here's the twist. Muscle loss is not inevitable. Simple resistance exercises. Bodyweight squats. Light dumbbells. Resistance bands. Even walking uphill or rising from a chair repeatedly can preserve and rebuild muscle. And protein. Oh yes, seniors need more protein than you think. Eggs, fish, lentils, beans. Your muscles are hungry for strength. Will you feed them? If this message resonates with you, tap that like button, subscribe for more life-saving insights, and comment below. What do you do to stay strong? Hidden Health Saboteur 3, Poor Sleep, the Thief in the Night. Have you ever watched the clock tick past 2 a.m. and wondered why sleep no longer comes easily? You're not alone. Millions of people over 60 lie in bed wide awake, night after night. Some think it's just part of aging. But what if I told you that poor sleep is quietly stealing your years? Let me tell you about Helen. She always stayed up late reading mystery novels. But after 65, her nights became restless. She chalked it up to hormones, stress, or just age. What she didn't realize was that her broken sleep was doing real damage, weakening her immune system, raising her blood pressure, and increasing her risk of Alzheimer's. You see, sleep isn't just rest. It's repair. It's when your brain cleans itself, when your heart takes a break, when your hormones reset. Without deep sleep, your body starts to break down faster. And yet, sleep is often ignored. We pop a pill, drink another cup of coffee, or just accept the fatigue. But small changes can make a big difference. Stick to a sleep routine. Avoid screens an hour before bed. Keep your room cool and dark. And try magnesium-rich foods like bananas or almonds before sleep. If this struck a chord with you, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. We've got more life-changing insights coming your way. Hidden Health Saboteur 3, Poor Sleep, the Thief in the Night. Have you ever watched the clock tick past 2 a.m. and wondered why sleep no longer comes easily? You're not alone. Millions of people over 60 lie in bed wide awake, night after night. Some think it's just part of aging. But what if I told you that poor sleep is quietly stealing your years? Let me tell you about Helen. She always stayed up late reading mystery novels. But after 65, her nights became restless. She chalked it up to hormones, stress, or just age. What she didn't realize was that her broken sleep was doing real damage, weakening her immune system, raising her blood pressure, and increasing her risk of Alzheimer's. You see, sleep isn't just rest. It's repair. It's when your brain cleans itself, when your heart takes a break, when your hormones reset. Without deep sleep, your body starts to break down faster. And yet, sleep is often ignored. We pop a pill, drink another cup of coffee, or just accept the fatigue. But small changes can make a big difference. Stick to a sleep routine. Avoid screens an hour before bed. Keep your room cool and dark. And try magnesium-rich foods like bananas or almonds before sleep. If this struck a chord with you, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. We've got more life-changing insights coming your way. Hidden Health Saboteur 4, Loneliness, the heartbreaker that's not in your medical chart. Now I want to introduce you to someone who might remind you of someone you know, maybe even yourself. Her name is Clara. She lost her husband 5 years ago. Her children live far away. She has neighbors, but most days, she barely speaks to anyone. On the outside, she looks okay, but inside, she's fading. Loneliness is more than just a feeling. It's a biological signal, like hunger or thirst. It tells us we need connection, and when it goes unanswered, it becomes toxic. Studies show that chronic loneliness increases your risk of death more than obesity, more than smoking 15 cigarettes a day. It increases the risk of dementia, depression, and heart disease. And yet, we rarely talk about it. What can we do? Start small. Say hello to a neighbor. Join a local walking group. Call an old friend. Volunteer at a shelter or library. Connection doesn't require a crowd. Sometimes, one meaningful conversation a week is all it takes. If you're still watching this, it means you care. Would you take a moment to comment and share your thoughts? It might be the connection someone else needs to read today. Hidden Health Saboteur 5. Poor gut health, the quiet commander of your body. Let's take a detour to a place most people don't talk about, the gut. Yes, your belly. But not just for digestion. Your gut is the command center for your immunity, your mood, and even your brain. Meet Victor. He was in his late 60s when strange things started happening. Bloating, mood swings, brain fog. His doctor found nothing, until a nutritionist asked about his gut health. What lives in your gut isn't just bacteria. It's an entire ecosystem. And if it's unbalanced, because of antibiotics, processed food, lack of fiber, it sends signals all over your body, often harmful ones. A poor gut can lead to inflammation, low energy, and even mental decline. How do you fix it? Start feeding your gut with real, whole foods. Add more fiber, like oats, chia seeds, fruits, and vegetables. Fermented foods like yogurt, kefir, sauerkraut, and kimchi are like gold for your gut. Drink water, move your body, and avoid unnecessary antibiotics. Love your gut, and it will love you back. Don't forget to like and share this video with someone who might need this gut check. Hidden Health Saboteurs 6. Unmanaged stress, the slow poison. Have you ever felt like the weight of the world is pressing down on your shoulders, but you keep pushing forward, telling yourself to just deal with it? That was James. James retired at 65. People thought he was living the dream, travel, gardening, time with his grandchildren. But inside, he was anxious. He worried about his health, about money, about being useful. He didn't talk about it. He didn't think it mattered. But it did. Chronic stress doesn't just affect your mood, it attacks your body. It raises your cortisol, your blood pressure, your blood sugar. It weakens your immune system. It disrupts sleep. It shrinks parts of your brain. Over time, it chips away at your resilience. And you may not even notice until it's too late. But here's what James eventually learned. You can't always eliminate stress, but you can manage it. Deep breathing, meditation, time in nature, journaling. Even a short daily walk can calm your nervous system. Most importantly, talk to someone. Don't carry the load alone. If this feels personal, know you're not alone. Subscribe to this channel. We're building a community where health, support, and understanding come together. Hidden Health Saboteur 7. Ignoring hearing loss, the silent drift into isolation. There's a quiet danger that many seniors overlook, hearing loss. It's slow, it's subtle, and it's easy to dismiss. Mary was 74 when she stopped going to church. Not because she lost faith, but because she couldn't hear the conversations anymore. She missed jokes, misunderstood questions. Eventually, she just stopped participating. What Mary didn't realize was that hearing loss doesn't just affect your ears, it affects your brain. It increases your risk of dementia. It deepens isolation. It accelerates cognitive decline. Why? Because your brain is working overtime trying to fill in the blanks. And when it gets tired of trying, it starts to shut down certain functions, like memory, like focus. But here's the hopeful part. Hearing aids have come a long way. Modern devices are small, smart, and incredibly helpful. And there are exercises to retrain your hearing pathways. But the first step is awareness. If you find yourself asking what? Too often, or avoiding social events, it's time to listen, not just to others, but to your own needs. Have a moment? Drop a comment below if you or someone you love is navigating this challenge. Your story might inspire someone else to get help. Hidden Health Saboteur 8. Skipping preventive care, when I feel fine becomes dangerous. And finally, perhaps the most preventable threat of all, ignoring checkups and screenings. Richard always said, "I feel fine. Why see a doctor?" He hadn't been to the clinic in years. No symptoms, no pain, nothing felt wrong. Until the day he collapsed. It was a silent stroke. He survived, but his mobility and memory never fully returned. Preventive care is not about what's wrong today. It's about what could go wrong tomorrow. Blood pressure checks, cholesterol tests, colonoscopies, eye exams, vaccines. They don't make you feel better immediately, but they give you a future. One test could add years to your life. So don't wait for a wake-up call. Stay one step ahead. Make that appointment. Ask questions. Know your numbers. If this message has touched your heart, please like the video, share it with a friend, and make sure you're subscribed. These stories might just save someone's life. The road ahead, your life after 60 is still yours to shape. So now you know. 8 hidden saboteurs. Each one powerful, but none of them unbeatable. Chronic inflammation, muscle loss, poor sleep, loneliness, gut issues, chronic stress, hearing loss, skipped care. Each one is like a brick wall standing between you and the age of 80 and beyond. But here's the truth. Walls can be climbed. They can be broken. They can be walked around. With awareness, action, and a bit of support, they don't have to define your future. If you've stayed with me this far, I want to thank you. Not just for listening, but for caring enough to invest in yourself. Aging isn't a curse. It's a journey. A second chapter. And this time, you get to write it your way. So take these lessons. Share them. Talk about them. Be the person who helps others notice the hidden saboteurs in their own lives. And before you go, please hit that like button if this helped you. Subscribe so you don't miss what's coming next. Leave a comment if any of these stories reminded you of someone you love. And share this video with them. Because together, we can help more people not just reach 80, but thrive beyond it.